Young and the Restless spoilers next week reveal Sharon and Daniel's plans to escape to a faraway place, but what's going on now threatens to tear apart the fragile fabric of our main characters' lives. In this episode, we see Nick Newman and Mariah struggling to salvage what's left of Sharon Newman's sanity, while Sharon herself is very close to her breaking point. The stakes are higher than ever, and with the terrifying presence of Cameron Kirsten, it's clear that no one is safe. Nick Newman has always been Sharon's protector, but this time, he's dealing with more than just her inner demons. Sharon is drawn into the orbit of Cameron, a man from her past whose influence is both dangerous and alluring. Cameron's sudden return to Genoa City has caused chaos, leading to Daniel's tragic death and now putting Sharon squarely in the crosshairs of the law. Realizing the danger Sharon faces, Nick decides that desperate times call for desperate measures. He enlists Mariah's help, hoping that together they can devise a plan to protect Sharon from the consequences of her actions. However, the plan requires more than family loyalty, it requires deception, manipulation, and a large sum of money. Nick decides to secretly negotiate with Cameron, offering him a large sum of money to leave Sharon alone and disappear from Genoa City forever. The hope is that without Cameron's toxic influence, Sharon will have a chance to recover emotionally and spiritually. However, Cameron is not one to be bribed. He knows the value of power, and he has a tighter grip on Sharon than either Nick or Mariah realize. While Nick is formulating a plan to protect Sharon, she is spiraling out of control. Daniel's death has shaken her to the core, and her involvement in his death, whether intentional or not, haunts her every moment. Sharon's decision to poison Daniel's whiskey marks a turning point, and now she and Cameron have hatched a plan to escape the inevitable consequences. The two of them, co-defendants and desperate, are planning to flee the city of Gone before the police can close in. Cameron has his own reasons for wanting to escape the law, but Sharon's motives are more complex. Torn between guilt, fear, and a desire to survive, she is being lured deeper into her dark side. The Sharon that Nick, Mariah, and the others once knew is fading, replaced by someone willing to cross lines she never did. For Sharon, it's a race against time. If she can escape before the police discover her involvement in Daniel's death, she can start over. But her loved ones are unwilling to let that happen. Nick is determined to get her back before it's too late, but with Sharon deeply influenced by Cameron, even he's not sure if that's still possible. As Sharon and Cameron plot their escape, Nick and Mariah struggle to put their plan into action to stop them. The window of opportunity is closing, and Nick knows that if he doesn't act soon, he could lose Sharon forever, not just to the law, but to the dark forces that have taken over her mind. Nick's concern isn't just about Sharon's possible imprisonment, it's about her soul. He knows Sharon is at her most vulnerable, and Cameron's control over her is deeply psychological. If she crosses that line, if she is indeed complicit in Daniel's death and escapes Genoa City, there may be no turning back. Nick worries that Sharon will become a fugitive, constantly on the run from the law and herself, never able to regain the life she once had. The police are closing in, and time is running out. Nick's secret plan to pay off Cameron may be the only way to save Sharon, but there's no guarantee Cameron will take the bait. Even if he does, what will happen to Sharon? Will removing Cameron from the equation be enough to pull her back from the brink, or has she gone too far down this dark path? A question haunting Nick is whether Lucy, an innocent bystander to all of this, could be caught in the twisted web that Sharon and Cameron have spun. Lucy, once so close to Sharon, could easily become collateral damage in this escalating drama. The more Nick digs into Sharon and Cameron's relationship, the more he fears for Lucy's safety. If Sharon decides to involve Lucy in her escape plan, it could not only ruin Lucy's life, but also put even more pressure on Sharon. Viewers are left wondering if Lucy will be drawn into Sharon's increasingly erratic and dangerous actions. Will she become another pawn in this deadly game, or can Nick and Mariah protect her before it's too late? Meanwhile, across town, Phyllis Summers is caught up in a situation that could have equally devastating consequences. Always a force to be reckoned with, Phyllis finds herself in the middle of an unfolding tragedy at Abbott Enterprises, where she currently works. Tension is high, and it's clear that Phyllis has no intention of sitting idly by as the chaos unfolds. Phyllis sees an opportunity to not only gain control of the situation at Abbott, but also potentially influence her boss, Billy Abbott. Their paths are complicated, but Phyllis has never been one to shy away from manipulating relationships to suit her needs. She believes that Billy and Chelsea should rekindle their romantic relationship, a move that could destabilize both of their lives but that Phyllis thinks is for the best. However, as is often the case with Phyllis, her involvement in these matters is both controlling and genuinely concerned. She wants to control the situation and the people in it, ensuring that everything goes according to her own plans. Whether Billy and Chelsea truly want to get back together is not Phyllis' concern. She sees it as the best outcome for everyone, regardless of the emotional consequences. Phyllis's decision to interfere in Billy's personal life is likely to backfire and could lead to a significant rift in their working relationship. She may think she is helping by pushing Billy and Chelsea to get together, but in reality, she is playing with fire. Billy has his own demons to fight, and Chelsea is no longer the woman she was when they first met. Phyllis, though, is determined to make her mark on the situation. She believes that her insight and influence can fix what's broken in Billy's life, but in reality, she's just adding fuel to an already unstable situation. The further she meddles, the more the risk of disaster increases, and it's only a matter of time before her actions lead to unintended consequences. Phyllis may think she's in control, but in Genoa City, control is an illusion. The more she tries to manipulate those around her, the more she risks losing everything she's worked so hard to build. The futures of Sharon, Nick, Mariah, Lucy, Phyllis, and Billy are at stake. Sharon's fall into darkness threatens to destroy her and everyone around her, while Nick and Mariah race against time to save her. Meanwhile, Phyllis's interference in Billy's life could lead to further chaos at Abbott Enterprises. The upcoming revenge war with dramatic revenge battles is heating up the Yonder storyline. Surely, Lucy and Heather will do everything they can to dig deeper into Sharon and Cameron's hideout to bring justice to Daniel. In recent months, the storyline of the popular TV series The Young and the Restless, Yonder, has been blown up with dramatic, suspenseful and surprising details. The revenge war between the main characters is keeping the audience glued to the screen. In particular, Lucy and Heather have become two central characters in this war, as they are determined to dig deeper into Sharon and Cameron's hideout to bring justice to Daniel. This event has created a complex chain of events, intertwined with emotions and attractive plots. Lucy and Heather, two characters who once had complicated relationships with Sharon and Cameron, are now united in a common goal: revenge on Daniel. The sudden death of Daniel has left Lucy and Heather unable to accept this truth. They believe that something is wrong and decide to investigate on their own to find the truth behind Daniel's death. In a secret conversation, Lucy shares with Heather, "We can't let Daniel die like this. We have to find the truth, no matter the cost." Heather, with her determined nature, agrees completely, "Yes. I've lost too much to let things become so chaotic. We won't stop until justice is served." Daniel's death has shaken everyone in Genoa City. Not only was it the loss of a close friend, but it was also a mysterious event that made people start to doubt and search for the real cause. Daniel, a beloved and influential figure in the community, left many unanswered questions before his death. Was this an unfortunate accident or a sophisticated revenge plan? No one knows for sure, and the truth is still a mystery. Subscribe to Yonder to update the latest news on our channel.